Hello class, my name is Allie Riley and today I will be covering the culture of the Philippines. First, I will go over the table of contents of what I will be covering for this presentation. First slide will be infrastructural setup and issues, second slide will be time orientation, third slide will be power distance, fourth slide will be proxemics, and fifth slide will be gift giving. First up is the infrastructural setup and issues. The main airport in the Philippines is the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, also known as the NAIA, which is located in Pasay Metro, Manila. Air travel is the most reliable and common way of getting to the Philippines since you cannot drive to the Philippines. Since you cannot drive to the Philippines, you can rent a car when you get there, but the main forms of transportation are coach buses, ferries, and jeepneys. The most widely used vehicle in the Philippines is the jeepney. A cultural icon, jeepneys represent the inventiveness, adaptability of the Filipino people. They are well known for their inexpensive prices, packed seating, and vibrant decorations. The road conditions can be a little rough, though. Although the infrastructure in urban areas is usually good, traffic congestion is a major problem, particularly in mountainous regions or smaller provinces. During the rainy season, landslides and flooding may cause major problems. Roads in less developed places may not have signage or be in bad place, and the driving culture might be unpredictable. The last 2 points I will speak about is the water supply and the electricity supply. Major cities like Metro and Cebu are generally have decent water and electrical reliability, but there are a few challenges, especially in rural or poorly developed areas. When it comes to water supply, businesses must invest in water treatment or backup systems because water might be scarce or of lower quality than the US. When it comes to electricity supply, operations for businesses may be affected by power outages, especially in rural areas. Businesses that use a lot of energy are impacted by the comparatively high cost of electricity. Next, I will talk about time orientation. The Philippines is considered a polychronic culture. It is known to have a polychronic time orientation because of its culture, which emphasizes managing multiple tasks at once, juggling various responsibilities without strictly following linear timelines, and valuing relationship building over time. Polychronic means many times or doing many things at once, and this is evident in their business practices. When it comes to multitasking, Filipinos are very known to be multitaskers and frequently switch between projects based on priorities and urgent demands. Relationship building is a major priority in their culture. The Filipino culture places a high value on establishing solid personal relationships before addressing corporate issues, which occasionally causes what appears to be a delay in decision making. A lack of self-control is interpreted as a trait demonstrated by loud and aggressive behavior. Pay close attention when another individual is speaking. It could be deemed disrespectful or interrupt others. Silence is uncommon and could indicate an issue. When it comes to business in the Philippines, family plays a big role in business dynamics, with family-owned businesses being common. It's also very individualized, with a strong emphasis on establishing strong personal relationship and trust before conducting transactions. Decisions are usually made after taking into account group consensus and input from senior members. Filipinos also tend to be indirect in their communication, valuing politeness and avoiding confrontation. Using titles like sir or ma'am when addressing superiors, avoiding direct confrontation, being considerate of personal space, are all examples of what it means to be a respectable business person in the Philippines. Next, I will talk about power distance. They scored a 94 of high power distance. It indicates that people accept a hierarchical structure where everyone has a role and no additional explanation is required. The ideal boss in the Philippines is kind of an authoritarian leader. Centralization is common, and hierarchy is viewed as reflecting unfairness. In this hierarchical structure business culture of the Philippines, all final decisions are approved by the person with the highest status, but all decisions must first be approved by the group. The foundation of verbal agreements is trust. Your business relationships will be at risk if you were to violate the trust. Next, I will talk about proxemics. When it comes to greetings in the Philippines, handshakes are most common. Until a relationship is established, it is considered respectful to address someone by their title or surname. In the Philippines, business people usually greet each other with a firm handshake, greeting the oldest or highest ranking person first. You should arrive early for business meetings, even if you must wait for the meeting to start, just like in America. When having a meeting, you should always respect and acknowledge the seniority of those present, frequently deferring to those in positions of authority when making decisions. As always, be polite and respectful to the ones of higher hierarchy and seniority. When it comes to public space in the Philippines, it is very limited, which means shoving is normal. Therefore, physical touch is usually common between friends and family. In the United States, staring is known as rude, and as it is in the Philippines as well. And the last thing I will talk about is gift giving. 3 examples of superstitions I'm going to go over include a clock, sharp objects, and wallets or purses, and those are all 3 things that you should probably not gift to somebody in the Philippines. It is improper to give someone a clock in the Philippines because the Mandarin word for clock shares a sound with the words for end or death, which usually somebody would think that it symbolizes time passing and a relationship ending. The second example is sharp objects, such as knives or scissors, is considered to cause bad luck and not do well for relationships, which is a norm for most cultures. If you decide to give a wallet or a purse, don't put any cash in the purse, because then the person would think that they were to be considered lucky if there was money in the purse. And when it comes to sentimental gifts, that is the one gift that is allowed and is very well known in the Philippines.